So you got the waitlist letter, and it feels like you're stuck in limbo, right? It's not a yes, it's not a no, it's a big, fat maybe. But what if you could take all that uncertainty and turn it into a real, proactive strategy? Well, that's exactly what we're going to break down today. And yeah, let's just call it what it is. It's stressful. Your dream school feels so close, but just out of reach. Today, though, we're going to turn that anxiety into action. We're giving you a clear path forward.
All right, so here's our roadmap for turning that maybe into a potential yes. We'll talk about what being waitlisted actually means. We'll get real about the odds, lay out a step-by-step action plan, get into how to write a killer letter, cover the big mistakes to avoid, and then, how to look ahead, no matter what happens.
Okay, first things first. Before we do anything else, let's get on the same page about what this decision from the admissions office actually means for you.
Okay, I really want you to hear this. Being waitlisted is not a rejection, not even close. It means you are absolutely qualified, your application was strong, you made the cut. The only problem? The class is full, for now.
So now that we know what it is, let's get real for a second and talk numbers. Because if you want to build a smart strategy, you've got to understand the odds you're up against and set some realistic expectations.
It's super easy to get these two confused, but they are totally different things. Deferred is for early applicants. It just means they've pushed your application into the regular pool to look at it again. A decision is still coming. Waitlisted means they've made a decision, and now you're waiting to see if a spot opens up. It's a waiting game.
All right, this is the big one, the million-dollar question, right? What are the actual odds? And the honest-to-goodness answer is, it depends. A lot.
So if we're going to talk numbers, on average, about 20%, that's 1 in 5 students on a wait list, will eventually get an offer. But, and this is a big but, if you're looking at the most competitive, top-tier universities, that number plummets to just 7%.
And this chart, wow, it just shows you how all over the place this can be. Look at this. 1 year, Princeton took 0 students off their waitlist. 0. Meanwhile, UC Berkeley took almost a quarter of theirs. And then you have Michigan State, who in 2023 took a whopping 97% of the students who stayed on their waitlist. It's completely unpredictable.
So what's with the crazy differences? Well, it all boils down to this one word, yield. Colleges have to guess how many accepted students will actually enroll. If they guess wrong, and too few students say yes, they've got empty seats. That's when they turn to you on the waitlist to fill those spots and balance out their class. Okay, so with all that in mind, how do you actually take control of this thing? It's time to stop just passively waiting and start actively improving your chances. Let's get into the game plan.
Here it is, your 4-step game plan. Number 1, accept your spot on the waitlist right away. Don't miss their deadline. 2, take a hard look at your original application. Where could it be stronger? 3, gather up any new info. Better grades, a new award, but, and this is key, only if the college says they'll accept it. And number 4, listen, this one is non-negotiable. You have to secure your spot at another college. It's your insurance policy.
Okay, now if the college gives you the green light to send more info, what's often called a letter of continued interest, this is your moment. This is your single biggest shot to make a new, powerful impression.
So what should this letter actually do? Well, think of it like this. First, you want to shout from the rooftops that you're still super interested. Then, give them an update on all the cool new stuff you've done. You can also use it to gently explain any weaker spots in your original application. But the most important part, get specific. Name a professor, a program, a class. Show them why their school is the only place for you.
Let's actually look at a real-life example that worked. This got a student off the waitlist at UC Berkeley. See how Todd doesn't just say, "I like politics." No way. He shows them with brand new, concrete achievements that have happened since he applied. This is fresh, impressive stuff. And then he does this, which is just brilliant. A total pro move. He names a specific professor and connects their work to what he's passionate about. This proves 2 things. 1, he's actually researched Berkeley, and 2, he has a plan for how he'll jump right into campus life. He's not just some random applicant, he's a future contributor. All right, we've talked about what to do, but it's just as important, maybe even more important, to talk about what not to do. There's a fine line between being proactive and just being annoying, and you do not want to cross it. Look, the golden rule here is simple. Be professional. You want to be politely persistent, not a pest. That means you follow their instructions, you respect their time, and you let your amazing update letter do all the heavy lifting. That's it.
So you've done it. You've accepted your spot, you've sent the letter. The ball's in their court. Now comes the waiting. And this final phase is all about managing that weight and getting excited for your future, whatever it holds.
I'm going to say this one more time because it is that important. You must commit to another school by the May 1st deadline. Pick one of the schools that accepted you, send in that deposit, and get excited about it. Seriously, it is so much better to lose a deposit than to have nowhere to go come fall.
And look, remember this. Getting off the waitlist is not the end-all be-all. You were accepted to other fantastic schools for a reason. You can absolutely thrive there. Or if you're still dreaming of that one school, you can aim to transfer in a year or two. Or, hey, maybe a gap year is the right move. The point is, your future is bright, and it's not defined by this one single decision.
So we'll leave you with this question to chew on. Can you only get to your dream future from your dream school? A great education and an amazing career can start from so many different places. And honestly, the resilience and the smarts you're building by going through this whole process, that might just be the most valuable thing you get out of it.